Here at the pump panel, I just want to briefly explain some of the main components here on this pump panel. You have your main discharges here in the center portion of the panel. These two 2.5-inch discharges are controlled with the water valve here and the water valve here for these two discharges. There are also corresponding drains that are all color-coded across the bottom of the panel. You've got your main 6-inch intake to this Darley pump, a 2.5-inch gated intake into the pump, and this 2.5-inch gated is to go straight into the water tank itself. That's a direct fill into the water tank. You have your two cross-lay push-pull valves here for supplying water up to your cross-lays. You have your tank refill device here for putting water back into the water tank from the pump. To supply water from the tank to the pump, you simply open this toggle switch that controls your dual tank to pump valves that supply water into the fire pump itself. You also have your primer control for evacuating any air from the pump. It's always a good idea to use that primer anytime you run the fire pump system. We have our Darley Auto Control pressure governor. This pressure governor controls the speed of the engine, which therefore then takes care of controlling the pressure of the fire pump. There's both an RPM mode and a PSI mode for this governor. You've got your main pump suction gauge and your pressure gauge. You've got your foam pro. This is how you turn on your foam system to inject the foam from this foam tank into these two crosslays, this side discharge, and as well as your aerial waterway feed for foam. We got a panel light switch up here on top which will illuminate your panel light, and then all of these red protective covers protect the toggle switches that turn on the compressed air to make compressed air foam in these 4 different discharges. When you're running the waterway with just plain water, you'll use this valve here. When you're running water and foam to the aerial, you'll use this control here. So again, this is plain water, this is water with foam.